Good afternoon, welcome to the Shay where the Halifax Panthers looks to go 6 games unbeaten against a team 2 places below them with a game in hand and 2 points behind, so everything to play for as well for the Sheffield Eagles, who've had the misfortune of playing Leigh Centurions away twice in the last 2 weeks, suffering defeat in both those matches, more recently in the AB Sundex 1895 trophy last week. They'll be looking to make amends for that this week. They've yet to play a home game in the new stadium, the Olympic Legacy Park, which I believe opened for the match against Widnes, which is on next Monday, I think. Home so far for the Sheffield Eagles has included the Millennium Stadium in Featherstone, and they've also played in Doncaster as well at the Keepmoat Stadium, so they'll be used to playing away, and it's going to be an interesting match this afternoon. Halifax has had a break last week after winning in Newcastle the week before 30 points to 10, and are looking a little bit better week by week. It perhaps should have been more at Newcastle. They did most of the damage in the opening 20 minutes. And the teams this afternoon for Halifax: James Woodburn-Hall plays in 1. Lachlan Walmsley, 2 tries in his last 2 games, starting to hit form with James Saltonstall on the wings. Ben Tibbs and Joe Arundel in the centres. Louis Jouffre partners Joe Keys in the half-backs. No place for Corey Aston against his dad's side. Will Colcott, Brandon Moore and Dan Murray, the front row for Halifax. Second row is Ben Kavanagh and Matt Garside. Adam Tangata locks up the scrum for the completion of the run on 13 for the Panthers. Kyle Wood, Titus Quaze, Kevin Laroya and Ed Barber on the bench. The only real noticeable absence, of course, Jacob Fairbank serving a 3-match suspension. For Sheffield, well, seems like old times with QLT at fullback for Mark Aston's men. Returns to the Eagles on loan to cover for Josh Guzdeck while he's been out injured, but being chosen as the run-on fullback for the start of this game with Guzdeck on the bench, so perhaps that a sign that the former Hull KR man Josh Guzdeck is not just up to speed yet, and that's why they're keeping their options open with QLT. Ben Jones Bishop, former Leeds man, England and Jamaica international, on the wing for Sheffield, with Jason Bass, who signed from York in the off-season. Christian Wellham has played almost 300 games in Super League before dropping down to the Championship, playing with Featherstone, and now with the Eagles. Ryan Johnson, the other centre, formerly with Hull FC, so plenty of experience in that three-quarter line. Isaac Farrell and another former Halifax man, Anthony Thackeray, who leads out the Sheffield Eagles. Brandon Douglas, another man with Halifax connections. Mikey Wood played 2 games here on loan a few seasons ago. Avila Alafihi is the hooker for Sheffield. Ross Oakes, Joel Farrell the second row, and Evan Hodgson, former Bradford, Doncaster and Newcastle man, locks up the scrum for the Sheffield Eagles. Josh Guzdeck, already mentioned, is on the bench with Blake Broadbent, whose father Paul played for Halifax. Tom Holmes and Cadine Williams make up the replacements for the Sheffield side. on the pre-match. Is out of the way with the referee this after Mr. Moore blowing the whistle. Joe Keys will get the game underway with a high lofted kick to his opposite number, Thackeray, who gives it inside to Brandon Douglas, who interestingly, if you look on Brandon Douglas's Wikipedia page, still has a picture of him wearing a Halifax shirt. So will Halifax's old boys come back to haunt them this afternoon? There's plenty of Halifax association in this Eagles side. Farrell gets up and complains about the way he was held down a bit before he played the balls. A lot of strapping on the knee of Joel Farrell. And Woodburn Hall drops back to pick it up on the Halifax quarter line and gets it back 12 metres. Good kick return, running inside in field diagonally. Lachlan Walmsley looking to take the ball up from acting half. Well, he's looked impressive on the wing in his last two games as Lachlan Walmsley with the 4 tries, taking him to 8 for the season. And Halifax surging forward over the 40 metre line with Will Colcott. Joe Keys finds Hugh Frey. The ball moves out again. But, last tackle. Halifax have got into the Eagles red zone. The referee stands and waits with his hand in the air. Joe Keys will aim the crossfield kick, and that is just unfortunate for Lachlan Walmsley. He got hands on the ball first but just couldn't hold it and bring it into his body. You can see that happening a few times this afternoon. The right-hand Eagles defence looking a bit shaky and unsteady, but Walmsley rising above everybody on that challenge, and that'll be a first penalty. For the Sheffield Eagles, a piggyback penalty out of their own red zone. Put into touch by Isaac Farrell. Evan Hodgson takes the ball up, get to the 40 metre line, and they keep him running it, and QLT up into the line, looking down that short side again, and QLT's there. Well, Sheffield put every man forward in attack, trying to get through this Halifax side. Mikey Wood will be tackled 5 metres outside Halifax red zone. Little chip through, could cause problems. There's a race on here, but Woodburn Hall manages to get his boot to ball and put it out of play at the back of the Halifax post. It'll be a drop out under the post. Well, the Eagles supporters, not many in numbers but loud in voice, as they try to cheer their team on. Well, it's just been confirmed that Ben Kavanagh is not in fact playing this afternoon, and Ed Barber's taking his place in the starting lineup. That's a very late withdrawal. QLT watched closely by Joe Rundle. Pushing forward, Brandon Douglas, bustling run, pushing 3 defenders back before he falls to the ground. Well, the closest they've been so far. Thackeray gets it away, chance into the corner. Wellams forcing Woodburn Hall to put the ball out of play again and concede another drop out under the post. Oh, the Eagles with all the early pressure after Halifax turned over the ball close to the Eagles line. That's a high dropout, giving Halifax players plenty of time to get out and meet Brandon Douglas. Well, he got the ball on the 40, did well to get back to the 30. Alafihi gets the pass away. Joel Farrell looking at the big handoff, holding off the defence and gets the ball away. Halifax trying to drag the player into touch on the far side, but the referee said it was illegal and that the Eagles player with the ball was dragged out into touch. Jason Bass already been tackled, said the referee. So the Eagles with a lot of they've wasted it. The pass was firing out to the wing, but looks like Ryan Johnson didn't quite read the script there. It was out one for Jason Bass. Switching to the short side where QLT gets in to the line and poses a threat. Of course, he's no stranger to playing halfback against QLT. Made his name as a fullback with the Eagles, over 200 games in a 6-year period. And coming back from Keithley to continue that at the moment. Saltonstall runs the ball out. There's 3 men there trying to stop Saltonstall, but he's not being pushed back. Referee will make him go back though, because he was tackled just inside the 20 and then gained a few metres and fell over outside, but the referee said it unfairly. Halifax trying to go forward with Garside. Brandon Moore looks for a way through, and there's a heap of Eagles defenders. Brandon Moore not happy with the challenge, the last challenge, which went around the legs from the back, it looked like. Kadeem Williams gets it to Jason Bass, and using the full width of the field, but no real metre advantage gained going forward. So Eagles get outside the red zone. Alafi moves into acting half. Alafi again at acting half. Thackeray gets it to Farrell. Farrell gets it away. And Sheffield are left with a man down, but Eagles players not bothered about that at the moment as they carry the ball into the Halifax half. Isaac Farrell gets it away to Evan Hodgson. Strong run. Strong tackle. Referee holds his hand in the air. We go back to Isaac Farrell. And James Woodburn-Hall watches it drift over the whitewash of the try line and into his hands. Halifax have a tap on the 20 with Lachlan Walmsley running off the pass from Woodburn-Hall. Saltonstall steps inside. There's a tug of the shirt there from Isaac Farrell until Joe Farrell got there to help him complete the tackle. Now Halifax look to use the width of the field as Woodburn-Hall again. It's a grab of the shirt from behind that stops Woodburn-Hall. Brandon Moore trying to catch slow defenders going back, but wait for him and bring him down. Woodburn-Hall, Joe Keys kicks over the top, puts QLT under pressure. And Williams was under pressure because the ball hit the ground and bounced back towards him. Halifax turnover possession in the Eagles red zone. Well, can't be underestimated, the Sheffield Eagles, who were 12 points all against the Leeds Centurions last week for a long time. I think he went into the second half and Lee only made the victory secure in the last quarter of the game. So Halifax have had the benefit of a week off, and see how much his last week's game might have taken out of the Sheffield Eagles as Evan Hodgson is brought down. It's a kick towards the touchline, and that one has put Halifax back in their own red zone. It's not a 40-20 because it's nowhere near the inside the 40 metre line. But the Eagles happy to push Halifax back towards their own line. Nil-nil. .11 minutes gone. No clear chances yet in this game. The defence is on top at the moment. Daniel Murray tries to break through, and again, not that Douglas makes the tackle. They're not the most convincing because Halifax players still progressing forward in the tackle with the ball. Oh, Woodburn Hall has made the break, and Woodburn Hall shrugged off another defender, but had nobody with him. He's left the player down on the floor. Joe Keys gets it to support in Ed Barber. Keys kicks over the top. Who's there first? That could be a Halifax ball. It could be anybody's. Well, he's given a knock on in goal against Halifax there. And Evan Hodgson runs back into the defensive line. It looks like he did actually take a big hit when he ran the ball up last time. So Halifax will look to keep the Eagles in the red zone, but Jason Bass has done a good job there, coming across from the other wing to get him over that whitewash. Wellham with all the experience in the world, but not the experience to get away from three defenders who wrapped him up then close to the touchline. Halifax trying to use Ross Oakes as a wishbone then. Oh, that's a mistake, and Salton Sol has got it away to Jouffre. Jouffre's got it away, and Halifax are going to get the first try on that far side. And a little bit of afters from an Eagles player, apologising for it. And Ben Tibbs goes over for Halifax's first try. So Ben Tibbs is going to make some difficult choices for Simon Grits, which I'm sure he won't mind. First try this afternoon, 2 in 4 games for Ben Tibbs. Although, it must be said, a little bit lucky. Saltonstall did well to get the ball away to Jouffre. And Tibbs, all they had to do was put the foot down, set off for the corner. Managed to bring the ball inside a little bit to make the kick a little bit simpler for Joe Keys. And that one has gone straight through the uprights. Halifax with the early advantage on 14 minutes. £6-0 the lead, but the Eagles not looking overly convincing with a handling. spilling it up behind the post. Halifax claim a try only to be disallowed for a knock-on in goal, said the referee, but they made the Eagles pay with another error, giving them an opportunity to start their scoring for the afternoon. 6 points to nil, and now Halifax look to build on that. Saltonstall with a quick blade, the ball off goes Brandon Moore again, and there was one of the Eagles defenders there, Halafi, who looked to be in an offside position but managed to get back and bring Brandon Moore down, and that one a high tackle against Wellham on Ed Barber. So that levels up the penalty count at 1 apiece. And a clumsy tackle rather than anything malicious from Wellham's. So Halifax a chance to put more pressure on. Referee not happy where the ball was played. Tangata was running onto it. Will he do it again? He will. Probably not at the same speed, but the Eagles defence will wait for him because they know what was going to happen. And another Eagles player down on the ground suffering with injury. Keys to Jouffre. Jouffre out to Woodburn Hall. Woodburn Hall, well, had two outside him, didn't need either of the supporting players. So Woodburn Hall to cut through the Eagles defence. Brandon Moore took the ball up. Keys, Jouffre around Dan Murray, the dummy runner, and Woodburn Hall just eased his way through the line to increase Halifax's lead. And move Halifax into double figures, send Halifax supporters into raptures. "17 minutes gone, and Joe Keys to try and double Halifax's lead to 12 points to nil. A little bit more difficult than his first one. Oh, he's got that one as well. Joe Keys with his second successful conversion from 2 attempts. Extend the lead to Halifax 12, Sheffield Eagles 0. And Halifax's lead increasing to a more comfortable 12-0. Well, Woodburn Hall gets it inside. Colcott will run it forward. Halifax opting to throw the ball about in their own red zone. Well, that'll be another penalty. The Colcott upturned by Brandon Douglas and Nick Alafi. Well, the tackle had already been made, and Brandon Douglas decided to lift the leg, which brought up the other one above the horizontal. Referee no hesitation in blowing for the penalty. Murray throwing the dummy, getting over the 40-metre line. Joe Keys waits at half-back. Joe Rundle inside. Eagles defence waiting for him, making the tackle 25 metres out from the Eagles line, looking for weaknesses on that right hand side again, where both of Halifax's tries have come. Brandon Moore. Joe Keys goes on his own, steps and drops the shoulder, tackled 8 metres away. Brandon Moore to Tangata, and Andam Tangata against 3 Eagles defenders, staying on his feet, but just not enough power and strength to get over the line. Joe Keys goes on his own again, and I think he might have had too many supporting players there. Joe Keys Last tackle, good as place as any to turn the ball over, I suppose. Caddy and Williams, that's a big hit. Brandon Moore, the first man in, and Williams, an Eagles Academy product who's returned after spending 3 years with Coventry. Well, big man for a winger, big hit stops him in his tracks. Farrell up to the 30-metre line, Joel Farrell. Brandon Douglas looking for a route through the middle of the Halifax defence, but stopped 5 metres away from halfway. Thackeray shoves it back inside to Hodgson. Another strong driver, another good tackle from Colcott and Moore. Thackeray gets his kick away under pressure from Barber, and Woodburn on, taking no chances with that one. Bouncing very close to the touchline before going out of play. I think the Eagles will just be glad to turn Halifax over in their own red zone, or turn the ball over to Halifax in their own red zone. Looks like Walmsley will be, well, I thought he was going to have a run from dummy half, but he hasn't. He's passed the ball to Ben Tibbs. And Halifax looking at quick play the ball. Walmsley, I'm not sure if you're looking at a penalty there or not. Saltonstall gets up and plays it quickly. Off goes Woodburn all through the middle again. Looked round, saw too many red shirts to try and get the pass away. Tangata with the step, the handoff, and finally the tackle from the Eagles defence. On the 30-metre line, back to Jouffre for the kick to test Jason Bass. Well, Jason Bass does well to get up at it. He was under pressure from Saltonstall, challenging in the air, and then he had defenders in Ben Tibbs and Dan Murray waiting for him. He went down, and that one almost went down to the ground. Williams doing well to pick it up off his bootlaces. Hodgson, well, he's run the ball up hard, but he's taken some big hits. So it's Ryan Johnson, the winger, getting involved. Thought it was there of Evan Hodgson again. And again, they look to that far side where QLT puts the ball away to Ryan Johnson again. Farrell aims his kick between the posts, and that one will run out of play. Walmsley will bring it back to the 20-metre line, and the referee stopping play because Ben Tibbs is still coming back from the Eagles half of the field, and Walmsley gets it away to Arundel, and he will run it up almost to the 40-metre line. Halifax 6 starts now. Saltonstall gets the ball away. Woodburn all in a bit of space again, looking for the step. Barber on his shoulder, couldn't get the pass away. Gets up, quick play the ball. Hodgson might have been done for offside there. Well, his referees pulled somebody and given Halifax 6 more. Titus Guaze on for Halifax. Will Calcott. Well, it's a fairly muggy afternoon. Temperatures up in the high teens, so it's going to be, we'll say, hard work. Dan Murray almost making it look easy there, as he almost got to the line. Jouffre gets the ball away. Still a chance. Is that Garside fighting his way to the line, but not getting over. Up, losing the temper. Everybody's in. Well, something happened there for Matt Garside to react. There was Mikey Wood. Both Farrell brothers were in, and there was a stray elbow there from one of the Farrell brothers, and the fight and disagreement still continues behind the line. Titus Guaze is taking Nick Alafi away from the hustle and bustle that's going on. So I'll pick the bits out of this. Joel Farrell has gone to make his feelings known to the Halifax supporters, and they make their feelings known to him. But everybody eventually involved in that one. Well, there's plenty for the officials to pick out of that little melee. Joel Farrell turns his attention to the Halifax team after goading the supporters. But it's not always the initial offence that gets punished. The reaction could be a problem. Here's a yellow card for Isaac Farrell. And somebody else could be going as well, because the card's going back in the pocket now. But initially on the replay, it looked like Isaac Farrell had attacked with his right arm. Not really an high tackle, but trying to get out so he could throw a punch. He obviously then got to do that. Took full advantage of it, and in doing so put his team down to 12 men. All the way off to the side of the field, Isaac Farrell has decided to go to the Halifax supporters in the east stand. Matt Garside, on the other hand, for his 10 minutes, gets a round of applause from the Halifax supporters. And Brandon Moore and Anthony Thackeray, as captains, are being spoken to at length by the referee. But Halifax have got the penalty out of it, which is probably the right decision. Joe Keys has elected, I think, to go for the 2 points to try and put Halifax 3 scores in front. And another man with Halifax connections in the Sheffield side, Jed Corcoran, just speaking to the fourth official, the side of the field. While Joe Keys lines up his third attempt, and another kick from the right hand side of the Eagles post for Joe Keys. Has given Halifax a 14 points to nil lead with 26 minutes gone. That one did well there, did Woodburn-Hall, because he'd have been looking at the crossbar as well. And Titus Guaze doesn't shun the work, as he's hit very hard by 2 of the Eagles forwards. Mikey Wood and Brandon Douglas. Halifax continue to make slow progress on the second tackle. Tangata. And well, again, the Eagles doing more tackling in the upper body, allowing the player carrying the ball to still continue forward. Joe Keys over the top. QLT doesn't know what to do with that. Well, it could be. Well, it's dropped on his own goal line, and QLT smashed by Lachlan Walmsley. And Kadeem Williams doesn't seem to be a man that's keen on running the ball away as he's passed it again. This time to Jason Bass. Halifax really putting the pressure on this time. 3 tackles in. Eagles still in their own red zone. Here's a man who will draw the biggest cheers of the afternoon. Joel Farrell. Chris Wellham gets it to the 40 and then offloads and gets the pass away. Halifax can't afford to turn the backs as Douglas gets to halfway. Quite a letdown for those first 3 tackles, kept the Eagles close to their own line. Kick from Thackeray, collected by Walmsley, gives it to Woodburn Hall, who in turn passes on to Saltonstall. It's over the Halifax 20 metre line. Here comes Ben Tibbs, and Tibbs getting over the 40 again because the Eagles defenders are a little bit high. Just gives Halifax that extra metre. Walmsley doing the same with the legs still going. Brandon Douglas eventually pulls him down. Kevin Leroy was on the charge then, but there was an offside in the Sheffield Eagle ranks, and Halifax at 14-0 up will I think go for the 4 points. Kyle Wood on for Brandon Moore. Dan Murray taking a break as well. So still 12 on 12. Jouffre. Oh, good ball. Tangata. Well, hit at just the right time. Jason Bass carrying the ball one-handed. Risky play. Oh, Wellham has dropped it. That's... Oh, we're going back to the knock forward from Adam Tangata there. Thackeray complaining to the touch judge. Well, getting a little bit tasty. So can Halifax force the error again? Wellham's good handoff from Wellens on to Rundle. Don't get too much further, but knock on. Well, Wellham is not happy with that and has made his feelings known to the referee and given Halifax the advantage of another penalty. And Thackeray's there again, chirping at the referee. Wellhams wasn't happy at the treatment that was being given in the tackle. I think it was Ed Barber all over him. Wellham was trying to get out and get up and play the ball, and in doing so dropped it, trying to disentangle himself from Ed Barber. Well, Thackeray argue all he wants. It's going off to the touch judge again now. So Halifax will go again. Ed Barber into 3 defenders. Again, there's a late one round the back of the legs, but referees allows it to go. Woodburn could be in for a second. Ben Tibbs could be in for a second, and he's over the line. Well, the Eagles defence kept a closer eye on Woodburn all this time. Ed Barber down in back play. Well, there was a late challenge on the back of Ed Barber as he went down in that tackle. But Halifax accepting the opportunity given them by the Sheffield Eagles on the back of that penalty, get the ball across the field. And when it looked like Woodburn was going for his second, Eagles defence moved forward, and it was Ben Tibbs who was the right man at the right place to receive the pass and get over for his second try of the first half. 18 points to 0. The lead growing for Halifax. The confidence waning a bit for Sheffield, resorting to uglier tactics and frustration. Oh, Joe Keys kicks another one. That's 4 from 4 for the Halifax scrum half. It's 20 points to 0. With 8 minutes left in the first half, it's a 4-score lead for Halifax. Well, they were never going to take the 2 points. They built up a lead comfortable enough to go for the 6 points. And they've come. Oh, but Mikey Wood has got Ed Barber down the short side. Mikey Wood back on the inside. Barber gets to the 40-metre lines. Williams all over him. Halifax running amok with 12 men against the 12 men of Sheffield. Kevin Leroyer. Good strong run from Leroyer. Stamping his feet on the floor, trying to push the defenders off. And trying to get up and get a quick play of the ball. But Wood wasn't letting go of him. Keys takes it back to within 12 metres of the Halifax line. Wood to Guaze, who bounces away from Wellams into the arms of 3 waiting defenders. Last tackle. Joe Keys. Oh, that's a bad one. Walmsley's done well to collect it. And Walmsley decided to play it to himself and could have been impeded there. But QLT gets the ball. And there's a friendly pat on the head for Walmsley as he comes back into the defensive line with Sheffield having to come out of the red zone again. Jason Bass, who's probably done as much running as anybody in the Sheffield quarter of the field this afternoon. Joel Farrell looked like he was putting his head back for an attempted high tackle then, but he's dropped the ball. And he's going to have words with Kevin Leroyer. Well, he's going to have to be careful, is Joel Farrell. With Isaac Farrell already in the sin bin, there could be another Farrell there shortly if he's not careful. But when you saw Farrell running to the initial impact of the tackle, he threw his head back. Obviously trying to sway the referee, perhaps. But it didn't work, and he wasn't happy when the decision went against him for a knock-on. Saltonstall off the back of the scrum to Joe Keys. Mikey Wood to Joe Rundle, who gets brought down by Wellams. And Wellams using a Rundle as an assist to get off the floor. Joe Keys to Jules Frey. Come Halifax again. Ben Tibbs looking for a first half hat-trick. Can't find the space. Tangata. Step goes on his own, and Guaze just overrunning the potential offload there. Jules Frey. Oh, great pass. On to Leroyer. Walmsley. Woodburn all the way to Lachlan Walmsley. And he's at it again, is Walmsley. So if he's got one, you wouldn't bet on him getting another one. So 2 in each of his last matches, but he did well with that one. It wasn't the best ball from Woodburn all. And still a long stretch. And despite the attempts of Chris Wellams. Lachlan Walmsley able to get over for another Halifax try. (24-0) Halifax lead. But it could be soon be 26 if Keys carries on the way he's doing this afternoon. Well, this one is about 12 inch in from the touchline. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Well, after Halifax's one chance very early in the game, it looked like Sheffield might start to dominate a little bit, but they've been put to the sword by Halifax, and it's Halifax Panthers who've been totally dominant for the opening 38 minutes of this competition. It's been a lacklustre, accident-prone half for the Sheffield Eagles, and looks like we're restored back to 13 men. Here comes Leroyer again, and Leroyer charges the ball back into 4 defenders on the Halifax 20-metre line. Guaze making another 10. Short side play again, Arundel, early ball to Ed Barber, but the defence had seen that. Arundel pointing at the Eagles line, so they knew where he was going when he got the ball. Mikey Wood, Tangata. Joe Keys gets his ball kick away despite the pressure from Thackeray. QLT will take it behind the line. And not surprisingly, Jason Bass is expected to run the ball up for our Sheffield Eagles out of their own red zone again. Halifax caught offside. Big kick into touch by Isaac Farrell. So Sheffield got enough opportunity in the last minute to put some points on the board. There goes Farrell again. Joel Farrell to the 20-metre line. Isaac Farrell waits at acting half. Alafi gets the pass to Thackeray. Keep moving it along, and Wellams has put it down this time, and Woodburn all looking at the counter-attack. Tackled. Halifax up to the 30. Walmsley with a step, gets the pass away. Ed Barber has support outside with Joe Arundel, but running towards the touchline. Opts to take the tackle on halfway. Tangata with Guaze again screaming for the offload. It doesn't come, but it won't be too disappointing at this stage of the game with Halifax totally dominant. Thackeray still questioning the referee, while Halifax complimenting each other on a dominant first half performance. And Joel Farrell looking for trouble, fighting his own teammates off. I think he wants to come in to stand with the Halifax supporters, who are now quickly over Farrell's tantrum, to applaud their own players off the field after dominant performance. 2 tries from Ben Tibbs. Woodburn all slicing through the defence for 1. And Lachlan Walmsley stretching out for the 4th try. Just 1 failure at kicks from Joe Keys, who's kicked 3 conversions and a penalty to leave Halifax sitting pretty at half time at the Shay. Halifax Panthers 24, Sheffield Eagles 0. Well, it was another almost perfect half of rugby for Halifax in the first half. It was one of the problems this season, like Newcastle, they were so far in front, they seem to do it all in the first half. Halifax will want to maintain and continue the momentum they've built. And Ben Tibbs takes the ball from the short kick-off, and then it's bundled into touch by the Eagles defence. Well, he had no option but to pick the ball up, and was mugged into touch by the Eagles defence, who rolled him over. Not a lot he could do about it. Come back to centre field, and I'm sure I wouldn't want to be in the Eagles dressing room at half time with Mark Aston explaining his feelings of the first half performance of his side. Well, can they do a little bit better in the second half? Well, Halifax won't want to give early points away. Thackeray gets the pass away, almost through. QLT brought down. Mikey Wood on the short drop-off pass back. Edging close to that line, but pressure put on Thackeray by Joe Keys. Spotted that as soon as the ball was played to Joe Keys. Last tackle. Looking for some urgency. There's a chip through. And that one will be cleared again safely by Woodburn Hall into the Eagles supporters. Small group of them away to the left hand side in the south stand. Blake Broadbent, it was putting the pressure on. So Keys to drop out, will want some distance. 45 metres, QLT gives it to Broadbent, and Broadbent gets it back towards the Halifax 20. Using this short side, Isaac Farrell to QLT. Well, not as young and sprightly as he used to be, QLT, so he's caught by the Halifax defence. Difficult to put Josh Guzdag on in a game like this, and that's a mistake from Viola Halafihi, which gives Halifax a possession again. So scrappy end to the first set of 6 again from Sheffield as they look for an early score to get a foothold in this game at 24-0 down. Saltonstall again allowing an extra couple of metres. The tackle's going upstairs. Ben Tibbs. It's the ball inside. Centre field, 5 metres out from Halifax 20. Tangata gets it away to Laroya, and Laroya puts it on the floor and gives Sheffield the advantage again. Well, it needs to be safety first with ball retention, and Halifax turning it over to the Eagles again in their own half. Well, from bright sunshine, there's some Grey cloud hovering overhead. If it starts raining, it could change the complexion of this game. Farrell gets it to Thackeray. Thackeray out to Jason Bass. Fancies a go for the corner. What a tackle from Woodburn Hall. Rolling Jason Bass over the touchline when Sheffield really had a clear advantage there. And well, Jason Bass, to be fair, in the first half ran like a forward. Unfortunately, I suppose he ran like a forward there and not with the speed of a winger, and that was why Woodburn Hall got across to bring him down. It was a well worked from the back of the scrum with Thackeray catching Halifax on the short side. But no reward for the Eagles so far. Leroy drives it out again, makes it almost to the 20. Mikey Wood to Arundel. Quasi was caught immediately as soon as he took the ball then. Tangata back inside, charging the ball into the defensive line. Halifax struggling a little bit this time to make metres. Quasi well marshalled by the defence. Good set for Sheffield, keeping Halifax in their own half. Joe Keys will kick over the top to try and get him out of trouble. QLT gets the pass off Williams. Williams gets the pass back off QLT. I said no thanks. You take it back, and takes it back to the 30 metre line. Joe Keys, last man up from the tackle. Jason Bass going inside looking for work again. Shows a lot of strength. Wellham's caught just short of halfway. Wanted a penalty. There was something Wellham's didn't like about Barber's tackle then. Maybe just the fact he didn't want to let him to get up and play it quick enough. But Tangata goes to the Eagles 40 metre line. Joe Keys, Leroy comes back on the inside and well, ran over the top of Blake Broadbent then after pushing him down. Jouffre, good ball to Garside, and Garside with, well, Isaac Farrell's there again. No problems this time though as Garside gets up and play the ball. Jouffre to Leroy, giving Leroy another opportunity, and he's making full use of that, taking Halifax to within 10 metres. Can they find a gap in that Eagles defence? Jouffre out to Tibbs, Tibbs to Saltonstall. It's got to be a try. Saltonstall was down before the flag went down, and that is an opening score after what was potentially an early scare from Sheffield Eagles, although they made an error of it again. Halifax have hit back with James Saltonstall scoring the first try of the second half. 8 minutes gone, and that's a real hammer blow. Is that one for Sheffield, coming back with no reward for their short kick-off and gaining advantage from the resulting tackle which put Ben Tibbs into touch. Sheffield couldn't do anything, but Halifax have a first visit into the Eagles half with the ball in this second half, come away with the points and leave Joe Keys another difficult kick, although kicks from the right hand side of the field have been his forte this afternoon. Just one miss after Lachlan Walmsley's try, which was on the left hand side of the field. Halifax have hit that Sheffield Eagles right defence again. Sorry, left hand defence. Salt squeezes over, and Joe Keys almost squeezed that one over, but it goes across the front of the post. But the tonic for Halifax, 28 points to 0 now, they lead. And Farrell finds himself restarting. Well, they've gone for the short one again. And Tibbs is not even going to take the chance this time. Well, I think maybe a little confusion there. Ben Tibbs was thinking that ball hadn't gone 10 metres. So, another invitation for the Eagles to try and put points on the board. Halifax out quickly to meet the ball carrier. Thackeray kicks over the top for Isaac Farrell to chase. Kick too far. Well, they need some. They need something. But it's not going to be provided on this occasion as Isaac Farrell kicks the ball away again petulantly as Halifax tried to bring it back. But I don't think they're in any particular rush to come back, take the tap on the 20. Ben Tibbs gets to the 40 metre line and again, oh great, draws 3 men to him, gets the ball away. Lachlan Walmsley takes it over halfway and gets lifted up and dumped to the ground. Guaze, a good run by Titus Guaze again. Late effort round the legs, stopped him in his track by Halafihi, but damage looked like it had already been done. Here's Woodburn all looking to cause more damage as he gets to the Eagles 20 metre line. And a problem there for Woodburn all as Guaze goes up to the 10 metre line. Well, back on his feet is Woodburn all. Tangata looking to step inside the defence and backing his way towards the line. He's got 4 defenders around him who will hold him up and force him back 10 metres out from the Halifax line. Mikey Wood stood a little bit far away then but gets to it. Jouffre kicks over for Walmsley and Walmsley was almost there. Eagles managing to defuse the situation. Kadeem Williams, well, I think any smaller winger might not have got to that ball there in front of Lachlan Walmsley, and he not been looks about 6'5". Perfectly measured kick from Jouffre as the Eagles toil to get out of their own red zone. Farrell to Thackeray. Thackeray gets it back to Joel Farrell. Eagles trying to keep it alive and they could pay for it, but there's a knock on by Ed Barber. Almost caught down this short side. Thackeray trying everything he could to get Sheffield going. Of course, when the side becomes desperate, then there's always chances of picking up some crumbs, but didn't just work that time. Jason Bass is put down just outside the 40. Farrell inside. Brandon Douglas, who's just come back on to replace Mikey Wood, is swamped by the Halifax defence and eventually wrestled to the ground. Douglas claiming a penalty there. Alafihi goes forward up to the 20 metre line. Thackeray again looking at pulling out the tricks. Farrell did well to get hold of it, and Farrell is tackled 5 metres away. Sheffield still with tackles in the bag. There's a bit of afters there after the ball was played and it's thrown out wide. Williams gets the ball away to QLT, and here goes QLT. Well, he's looking for support, can't find anybody. Joel Farrell will get it, and the knock-on is against the Sheffield Eagles. Farrell adjudged to have knocked it forward into Ben Tibbs, and again it's panic rugby by the Eagles. Well, makes players do desperate things, get the long ball, trying to get it away. Walmsley had the step inside, just couldn't get that metre he needed to get going. As Dan Murray returns for Adam Tangata. Mikey Wood looking for a break through the middle, gets over the 40-metre line. Joe Keys taking on the defence of Halifax, setting something up here. Mikey Wood to Kevin Laroya. Laroya looking for a way through and almost finding it on a diagonal run. Jouffre to Dan Murray. Last tackle. Jouffre will kick to put the pressure on. It's come back to Halifax, and Mikey Wood just unable to keep hold of it, but there still could be a chance. Well done, Jason Bass, for getting the ball out of the in-goal area. And Thackeray has been given an opportunity. It's a long way to the other end of the field, especially with James Woodburn out, and that with a bad leg as well, which he seems to have got over now. Well, I would have said 5 or 6 years ago that Thackeray might have made that. 5 or 6 years ago, QLT might have gone through there, but Halifax able to catch him just inside the 40. Brandon Douglas takes the ball forward 25 metres away from the Halifax line and stacking men down this short side. Jason Bass, well, he gave himself up then, did Jason Bass, and Titus Guaze should not have been there, but he was, thankfully for Halifax, and he saved a try. Well, Thackeray gets the ball, kicks to the outside. Williams and Walmsley. Well, what are they going to give on that one? Well, they might be giving a try here. They might be giving a try. Well, the touch judge has awarded the try under questions from Joe Keys. Correction, Ben Jones Bishop, who's the scorer. Not agreed to with the Halifax supporters. Well, I thought that was Williams on the wing with Ben Jones Bishop, who normally sports a head guard. Kick fails from Isaac Farrell. It stays at 28 points to 4. So Halifax restart. Thackeray, long pass across the post to QLT, who now moves into acting half. Farrell pushes away from the first tackle. Well, the game seeming to be slowing down a little bit, but Wellham has got it away to Jones Bishop on that far side. Thackeray, well, they're determined to keep it alive, that's for sure, which might be to Halifax's advantage. If they come up with another error, Thackeray gets the ball away to Farrell, and Farrell gets just over halfway, then gets dragged back after he's been upended by Dan Murray, joining as the last tackler. Well, midway through the second half, and second half score, 4 points apiece. And Zach McComb on for Halifax. Late replacement. Farrell looking for support. Isaac Farrell to Joel Farrell. Referee having a close look, so the Eagles fans, because he thought Farrell was upturned illegally again then. Run round. Well, there's an obstruction on Barber, surely. Walmsley loses his footing. Wellhams gets through, and Halifax have suddenly fallen off the game plan and conceded 2 quick tries. Wellham goes in for a second, and this one is near enough for Farrell, surely, to well, it's a bit further out than I thought it was, but it's 5 metres in from the touchline. It's certainly easier than the last attempt. Can Wellham Farrell find the range from here? So second attempt, Isaac Farrell looking at the post. 2 metres outside Halifax 22. No, 20 metres, sorry. Well, he's found the mark this time, and the Eagles are in double figures and are back within 3 scores. Well, Halifax now know they can't afford to put the cue on the rack. Keys kick off, and Broadbent is caught 10 metres out from the Eagles try line. Halifax will try and keep the Eagles there, but the Eagles seems intent on throwing the ball about. Halifax defence intent on throwing Brandon Douglas about there and putting him down. Third tackle gone, and Eagles just inside their 40. QLT puts the pass into the hands of Broadbent. Thackeray gets the pass away to Hodgson, who's tackled 8 metres inside Halifax half. Halifax will be looking to get players back. Farrell put under pressure by Murray, but gets his kick away. Woodburn all to Zach McComb. Will Colcott prowling up and down the touchline, wanting to get back on. Lachlan Walmsley scored one in the first half. Still looking for his second this week. That's a good run from Arundel. That's, well, poor defence. They sent a man in late, did Eagle, to go around the legs, but Arundel making metres for fun. Will Colcott back on for Halifax. Brandon Moore also. Dan Murray gets it to Gwaze. Oh, Gwaze bursting through into Brandon Moore. Well, Titus Gwaze has turned up in the most unlikeliest of places in saving that try. and then has turned up in support of that one with the original drive from Colcott, Dan Murray, and Gwazi hitting that perfect late and supporting inside was Brandon Moore, the Halifax captain. Well, that's settled the nerves a bit for Halifax after looking like they'd fallen off the pace for the first 20 minutes of this second half. Have now hit back after Sheffield have scored with a try of their own through Brandon Moore. That's 6 tries for the afternoon for Halifax. And Joe Keys will surely make it 34-10 from in front of the post. Well, they've scored again, but they haven't been able to kick on from the first half and increase on that 24-0 lead. But they have kept the distance with that try between them and the Sheffield Eagles, who were intent on mounting a comeback. And here's another one. Ben Tibbs will go a long way inside with this one to make sure he doesn't get dragged towards the touchline again. Zach McComb with the goal step before he sets off into the defence. Brandon Moore wants a quick play of the ball. He gets it to Joe Arundel, who gets over the 40. Wellham's all over Arundel, slowing down the play of the ball. Dan Murray to Will Colcott, and again Colcott just driving the legs forward till eventually both Farrells got him down. Garside to Jouffre. Surely that's going to be a knock on. We'll check in with the touch judge, but everybody else knew it was a knock on. Halifax trying the quick short side play. Brandon Moore looking left, Garside with past Jouffre. And I'm not really sure that Ryan Johnson knew too much about that, the way he reacted. That he'd knocked the ball on when he passed it. He just sort of had a bit of a look round. So Halifax will now try the left hand side and make some good metres towards that Eagles line just outside the 20 with Ben Tibbs. Dan Murray will take on the defence. Gets it up. Halifax 10 metres away, looking for more points with 12 minutes left, a healthy lead, which they don't want to relinquish but want to add to. Brandon Moore to Joe Keys. Joe Keys sends all the defence one way, gets out the back to Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore to Colcott. The ball's not going to go any further than that. Gwazi fancies a try. Well, I suppose he deserves one this afternoon. He's been involved in a couple of critical moments of this game. Joe Keys to Jouffre. Garside into Farrell, gets it back to Woodburn Hall, and Woodburn Hall is chased down by Anthony Thackeray. Halifax to defend again. Oh, Halifax. That's a good run, is that? That's a great run, still going. Terrific run. But the Eagles unable to build on it. They're still stuck on the Halifax 40. Now they're up to the 30, still with some tackles left. And a penalty against Halifax. Thackeray with the short ball to Alafihi. And this is Kadeem Williams that's now on the field. And Brandon Douglas with the ball. Gets to within 5 metres of the Halifax line. Farrell long pass over the top. Shouts a forward pass. But the try will be awarded to Ryan Johnson. Well, the Sheffield Eagles starting to take the shine off this Halifax performance, because once again it's giving Halifax supporters an opportunity, if they need it, to moan about how good they were. In the first half, but they'll only remember the second half and the fact that the Eagles are back within 20 points and made a game of it in the second half. Although it looks like they're on the way to the 6th victory. Well, Farrell has failed with a kick. That's a long way off the mark, is that one. So it stays at Halifax 34, Sheffield Eagles 14. And with less than 10 minutes to go. I don't think 4 scores in 10 minutes is achievable for Sheffield Eagles. Oh, we've seen stranger things happen in comebacks in rugby league. Certainly buoyed by the fact that they're still scoring tries at Sheffield and they're still fighting right to the end, which is probably what Mark Aston wanted. Well, he's got what he wanted as Mark Aston in this second half. And here comes Sheffield again, throwing the ball about, trying to catch Halifax out wide. Farrell with a bullet of a pass inside. There'll be problems here. Well, he's got the pass away, and look, Eagles determined to keep it alive. QLT to Kadeem Williams. And Williams threatening to cause problems with his first touch of the ball. And I think Sheffield are sensing that Halifax have put the cue on the rack and think that they're home and hosed, but Sheffield are doing everything they can to try and prove that wrong as Thackeray kicks through again. And Woodburn takes the ball just this side of the Halifax try line in the field of play. Zach McComb is caught by Farrell and Guzdek, who's on for the remainder of this game, coming back from injury. There's a talented Ulkie House, Josh Guzdek, but it didn't work out for him there. And he moved on to Dewsbury. Had a spell at Keighley. Dan Murray to Garside, and Garside gets it away to Jouffre. Sheffield defence all over Louis Jouffre there. Dan Murray's off again. There's no pass coming this time from the big prop forward as he gets up to the 40 metre line. Garside gets it to McComb, and McComb, oh, he's away to the corner. He's round QLT, and Zach McComb, well, they've done it again. Sheffield have gone in for a try. Halifax have gone to the other end of the field, and Zach McComb looked 10 mile an hour faster. Not Ben Tibbs, it's McComb. It's Ben Tibbs, got it wrong again. Ben Tibbs looked 10 mile an hour faster than the defence. So apologies to Ben Tibbs, it is his hat trick. And okay, he's trying to bring up another 40-point haul for Halifax. From the right hand side, so he'll be optimistic. It's where most of his success have come from this afternoon. Pulling round, not enough. Well, I think even Joe Keys thought that might have been coming round, so there were less than 5 minutes to go. Well, Ben Tibbs has got a hat-trick and hasn't got the man of the match. Joe Keys has. Well, going back to the long kick-off now. Walmsley to Dan Murray. Fancies his chances around the outside of the defence. Unfortunately, didn't have the speed of Ben Tibbs. So he'll be tackled as Sheffield are pushed back a bit further by another run this time from Barber. Leroy is off again and charging up. Wants to get up and play it quickly. Brandon Moore. Well, question of offside there surely from Brandon Douglas. Brandon Moore never even got into his stride there. Joe Keys caught by Williams. Williams, I think, claiming he might have stolen the ball one-on-one there. Gilfrey down towards QLT. He gives it inside to Ben Jones Bishop, who gets it out to Hodgson. But Sheffield haven't gone too far. Here comes Ben Jones Bishop again, who's still keen on making the Jamaican World Cup squad later this year, as is James Woodburn-Hall from Halifax, of course. Halfway, just over 3 minutes left. Farrell gets it to QLT, an offload to Guzdeck. He's missed quite a few weeks as Josh Guzdeck. It's going to take him a couple of weeks to get back into it. Williams. Thackeray under pressure from Colcutt, but gets his kick away. Gilfrey was challenged by Farrell, but did well to win the aerial contest as the ball came down then. Zach McComb got it right this time. Struggling to get up and play the ball. Arundel turns round, but Williams doesn't allow him to get the pass away. Leroy down to the last 2 minutes. Brandon Moore to Colcutt, who gets over the 40 and is still going forward and has lost the ball. Must have tried to pass it there and squeeze it away, but Pass wasn't on. Sheffield have it back on halfway. Thackeray to Joel Farrell. And Farrell tackled by Barber, and Ed Barber's copying him for his troubles, and everybody's in again. James Woodburn is on the floor, and I hope he's just cramp. Well, another bust up. Thackeray and Garside have just about let go of each other. Well, I think there might be a case to answer there for Ed Barber, but both Farrells took exception to it. So another discussion for the officials. Well, Halifax supporters are in fine voice after seeing another victory. I'm not sure they'll be as happy with the team's second half performance, but it's a 6 win on the trot for Halifax, and next week another difficult challenge as they face York away. That looks like a yellow one for Joel Farrell, who's joining the Halifax team again. Well, Joel Farrell still got the ball. Perhaps he thinks he's stopping on, and it's Isaac Farrell that's gone off. I thought he'd shown it to Joel Farrell. So a second sin bin in, and another verbal onslaught from Farrell as he leaves the field. And Sheffield have a penalty. So Sheffield Eagles have a man sin-binned for the second time in the game. And Sheffield Eagles finish up with a penalty. Brandon Douglas. Well, we'll see what happens next time Joel Farrell gets hold of the ball. If he gets an opportunity in the last minute, well, he won't do. Hey, up, here we go. We're off again. Mikey Woods in. Oh, dear. Well, it could be a long night at the disciplinary, extracting what's happened on this and watching this video. Well, Mikey Wood not happy. Joel Farrell's in the middle again, surrounded by Halifax players. Deary me. And ultimately Halifax supporters singing Farrell, what's the score? And ultimately that is what it's all about. It's currently Halifax 13. Halifax 38. Sheffield Eagles 14. Halifax penalty. 14 seconds on the clock, so Joel Farrell won't be touching the ball again, I don't think, that's for sure. Halifax supporters cheering that's the last action. The clock went down to 0 very quickly. Halifax will be glad it has. Interesting. Get to the end of the game and all the players shaking hands and putting what's happened behind them. And ultimately Halifax have come away with the victory at 24-0 at half time. It looked like they were on course for another big victory, but Sheffield Eagles in the second half, after Sol had squeezed in at the corner, Sheffield got a little grip on the game and a sniff of a comeback with tries from Ben Jones, Bishop and the old-timer veteran Chris Wellams. Just one conversion from Farrell, who'd been simbing twice in this game. 28-10, Sheffield into double figures, and must have thought they stood a bit of a chance, but unfortunately, whether it was last week's game against Leeds that had taken it out of them, they still had still didn't have enough left to stop Halifax scoring two further tries of their own. Ben Tibbs completing his hat-trick, and Brandon Moore going over after being supplied by Gwaze. Keys one kick from in front of the post, and either side of that try, Johnson went in for a try for the Eagles, but it never really looked in danger, but it could have looked more convincing. But in the end, Halifax have run away another 2 league points. They go to York next week, face another tricky tie against another club that's around them in the table, and they're wanting to be playing for the full 80 minutes. They probably have to in that game at York, but this afternoon Halifax have kept the momentum going with another win. They've overcome the Sheffield Eagles at the Shay, and the final score, Halifax 38, Sheffield Eagles 14.